All right. Hi, everybody out there. Hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July. I know people are probably just getting back from traveling, getting back into the swing of things. I know it's hot, probably wherever you are. My name is Angie Harper. I am here in Queen Creek, Arizona, where it is currently 114 degrees. But luckily, I'm inside in the air conditioning. And I even yell at my husband that I get too cold. I know, crazy. When it be cold, I go next door to Jessie's house, though. Her house is like Antarctica. Look at her, huh? Look at her. Okay, so we're gonna get going here, guys. Excited about the training tonight. We're doing something a little bit different. It's more product education and a story built around that product, which essentially we can do with any product. And I would really like to actually see more people doing this, taking a product, creating a story, and a trading around that product. Because as we all know, we talk to people every day that have different health needs, right? That are struggling in different ways. And sometimes it's not a one size fits all type of thing that we offer people. So I'm excited for our featured trainer. But before we get to her, I have a couple announcements and reminders. The virtual event is coming up on July 20th. It starts at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific Time. It's only 2 hours. It's going to be super, super exciting because not only are they going to announce what the new product is, which is launching in October, but they're also going to announce the new trip, the new incentive trip that everybody here has 100% chance of earning. We know it's a cruise, but that's all we know right now. When we have the virtual event, we will find out exactly where that cruise is going to. I can tell you it's not Mexico. I know that. So super excited about that. You don't necessarily have to register for the event, but if you do, you're going to get the replay so you can watch it whenever you want. So I'm encouraging people to register. I actually already had a trip planned out to Brentwood. My son wanted to go and see some of his friends while he's off of football this week. So I had the trip planned and it just so happened to coincide with the virtual event. So I'm excited to watch the event with my team there. And if you want to host an event, be sure to register also. And guys, you can watch it by yourself. You can watch it with your family. You can invite some people over. Is it a great opportunity to invite somebody who's been looking at the business? Absolutely. But I highly suggest you let them know what it is they're coming to, right? We don't want to kind of pull the wool over anybody's eyes, but it is a great opportunity for them to learn about the company, learn about the culture, learn about the new product, learn about the incentive trip. So there's really no better time to start a business with LifeVantage than right now at this moment. So I was going to do recognition for everybody that rank advanced last month and hit tracks. However, Christy Vogt, my trusty sidekick, is on a cruise right now. So she was going to send me the list and she has not yet. So what I thought I would do, if there's anybody out there that has somebody on their team that did rank advance or earn a track, I'd like you to please unmute and let us know that. And I'm going to start by recognizing, I know 3 track winners I had on my team, and that is Jackie Ahern won a track, Clay McNamara, and Lori Moreno. So congratulations, you guys all earned a $100 travel card. It could be Southwest Airlines or I believe American. But congratulations, you guys, on doing that. Is there anybody else out there who would like to unmute and shout somebody out? Or you can do it in the comments if you're more comfortable doing that. Okay, is Kristen Bailey on the line yet? We might have to put her at the end. She was going to be our story today. She has a really, Tricia, you can't share?
No.
Why not? Let me see.
Oh, okay, now it just worked.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just text Kristen. She had a story, guys, that I thought everybody should hear. A really, really cool story. I know she was in Tahoe. She was escaping the heat. But if she's not there, she'll hop on at the end and share this story. All right, let's get going. All right, our featured trainer is somebody very close to my heart, one of my besties that I've known since, gosh, over 15 years now, when I did a birthday party for her son Jordan on my tumble time bus. And she and I met and we clicked, and we've been, friends ever since. And we've done events together. Kristen's coming on in 2 minutes. Okay. She still owns a very, very popular magazine in my hometown of Brentwood, California. It's called the 110 Magazine, and everybody knows the 110 Magazine. Everybody knows this lady and her husband. They're like the mayors of Brentwood, these two. And so she watched me and my journey with LifeVantage from afar. She actually made her husband start the products first, which she had great success with. And then she decided to start the products. And then everything kind of changed for her. And I'm sure she'll kind of tell her story a little bit too, of what happened, mainly during COVID, when she realized what an opportunity she had at her fingertips, and kind of, what was happening with her current business. And she knew she had to pivot. And she did, and she has been freaking killing it ever since. She wins the incentive trip. She's rank advancing. She has a beautiful team under her, and she's the leader that I knew she always would be. And so with that, Tricia Piquero is going to come on, and she's going to enlighten us. I'm really excited about this. So hi, Tricia.
Hi, thank you for that intro. And
Yeah.
you skipped town on me, though. I wasn't just so I'm an MC2 out of Brentwood. I'm going to tell you, my story is going to be what I'm not. So what I'm not is, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a dietitian. I don't have any certifications. And however, what I am is a researcher. So hopefully most of you are researchers. Say, put yes in the chat if you are a researcher. And so that's one of the things that I have started doing over the years since LifeVantage, of course. And I tell people that I've partnered with LifeVantage because I'm a grandma who wants to be the healthiest grandma on the planet. And what I do is I obviously do a lot of networking. I still have my business of the magazine, and I network, but what I try to do is I try to bring some value of information when I'm networking. And this is a presentation that I'm going to share with you. It's actually not necessarily a product presentation. I will get to the product at the end very briefly, but what it is, it's really about what the issues that the product solves and what those issues are. And who doesn't want to know about gut health, right? We're all into health, but most people, everybody has a gut. So these are secrets, and this is just some really good information that I've shared, and that I encourage you. I will share this slideshow. So if you'd like it, so that you can do your own presentations, you can feel free to do that. So I'm going to put that in the when we post it in our Team Vitality. So let me go ahead and share my screen and tell me if you see the right presentation. Is that right? Yay. Got it? Okay, so healing your gut to feel great. Quickly, I'm just going to go over understanding your gut and its role. Let me move this out of the way so I can see everything in your body. Gut health signs to pay attention to. 5 things to avoid when experiencing a gut microbiome imbalance. Is chronic inflammation caused by poor gut health? Let's talk about that. Easy ways to improve your gut. And then I talk about this food inflammation testing. We're not going to talk about that, but I have done that. It's actually good to do. So most Americans are concerned with, this is a study that was done last year. Most Americans are concerned with, when it comes to their health, they're concerned with cancer, heart disease, arthritis, mental and emotional health, and gut health and digestive health is actually the lowest on their list. And some people actually think gut health is a fad, believe it or not. And my thoughts are, if we knew more about gut health, we might not have these other issues, but that's just something for you to come to your own conclusion. I'm just going to share some information. So the facts are the gut plays a major role in maintaining and sustaining the health of humans. The gut is considered the second brain. We've all heard that. There's reasons why. I'll quickly tell you that. 2/3 of Americans are living with gut issues. Gut bacteria activates or suppresses inflammation as a means of regulating our immune system. Our gut health can directly affect our mood, weight loss, weight gain, hormonal balance, and it is considered our second brain. It actually does it releases, let me see, the same chemicals as the brain, like dopamine, serotonins, which affect the health and metabolism. It helps with vitamin production, K2, B12, biotin, helps with memory. When our gut is in good balance, and there's a good balance and let's just say there's good bacteria and bad bacteria, and we actually have to have a balance of both. And what else? So there's over 100 trillion microorganisms, microbiomes, and it also keeps yeast, fungus, and pathogens at bay. So what affects your microbiome? Well, diet, lifestyle, won't go into that. I'm sure most of you are aware of that. Medications, a lot of people do not know that part. Medications affect your microbiome. The nutrients and pollutants, this is our world that we as LifeVantage consultants, know all about. Family genes, environment, heavy metals, disease-causing organisms, and believe it or not, whether you go to the bowel, whether you have a bowel movement regularly. So poor health gut signs, here's some signs of that. Bloating, constipation, diarrhea, heartburn, gas. Those are signs that something's going on in your body. Your gut-brain barrier, it's talking to you. It's a two-way communication street. So we should be listening to our body when we get these issues. Some people think that's natural. And they just deal with it for long periods of time. Intolerances to food, difficulty digesting certain foods, bad breath, sugar cravings, even processed food cravings, and other signs which include sleep, fatigue, mood changes, autoimmune problems, rashes, allergies, eczema, psoriasis. That stuff that's going on the inside, that's coming out on the outside. And our body's talking to us. And then bowel movements, those are talking to us. Guess what? There's a Bristol stool chart, everybody. And who knew that? Put a 1 in the chat, just kidding. So the stool chart tells us what's going on in our body, whether we're constipated, we're normal, we're lacking fiber, we have inflammation going on. So, when we have inflammation going on, there are some signs, right? And you and I know about a lot of these signs that people have that are a sign of chronic inflammation. And there's the list. And then as chronic inflammation continues, chronic inflammation can lead to chronic diseases. And then here's the list of many of those diseases. And what I will share with you is when we're having issues, whether it's on the stool chart, whether it's, inflammation, one of the things, our body is always healing itself. One of the things that we can do to help our gut to heal itself is to avoid these 5 triggers while we're having that kind of an issue, and seeing how that helps us. So coffee, alcohol, wheat or gluten, dairy, and sugar. Those are the 5 triggers to remember and take out of your diet for 24, 48 to 48 hours minimally, and see then how your body reacts. So that's when people are having a flare up within their gut. That is what they recommend that triggers the gut. So you can help your gut to heal itself. So how do you improve your gut? Well, eating probiotic foods. How many of you are eating yogurt, which actually is a dairy? So there's kind of a little bit of a conflict there. And if people are getting their probiotics from their yogurt, I can tell you it's not a very good probiotic. Sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir. I don't like those foods. Who wants to eat those foods on a daily basis? But those are foods that are good for you, for your gut. Fiber-rich diet. So these are prebiotic foods, and you can Google what those are. So fiber-rich fruits, vegetables, that can help support your gut health. Hydration is very important to your gut health. Staying hydrated is essential for overall health. Water helps the digestion and absorption of nutrients. And you should be eating your water as well. So those fruits that's when they come in handy. And then limiting processed foods. Of course, we know, that's not good for us and that's beneficial for the gut. Regular exercise actually helps with the gut diversity, and getting enough sleep is also important part of the gut health. And then stress management. How many of you, like, your stomach is in knots because of something stressful going on? So take a deep breath, practice some meditation, yoga, manage those stress levels. Then they say there are anti-inflammatory compounds like turmeric and ginger. And I tell people, well, I have 5 herbs that specifically lower inflammation. So that's a perfect time to chat about that. And then slippery elm is actually an herb that specifically coats and soothes the gut. And then eating earlier in the day versus late at night. Fasting is one that's should improve the gut health. Omega fatty 3 acids in our diet, which we know Americans are low in their diets. So we have a wonderful omega, I tell people. And then these are the foods that you can eat. And actually omegas also have anti-inflammatory properties. And then avoid, when possible, antibiotics, medications, anti-blocking agents, chemicals, of course, all the bad stuff. And then, smoking and drugs. And then here's some digestion tips. Eat a big meal for breakfast or lunch, and your smallest meal should be at dinner. Don't take antacids. Antacids actually help you the acid helps you break down your food. So when you take antacids chronically, it's actually not good for your gut. And try to relax and eat smaller meals. Drink minimally with meals, because you are watering down your enzymes, your digestive enzymes, when you drink a lot of water during a meal. Now, how many people knew that? I mean, the first thing they ask is if you want water. So you should be drinking a lot of water, but drink those in between meals more than during a meal, and know that meat is slow to digest. And then I'm going to just go skip to the end. And what I share with people is this QR code actually has Lisa Barnes, our VP of Research, a video she did on our probiotic. And then I also will share, of course, our ABC primetime video as well about NRF2. But those are really the 2 key products that I am sharing, and our prebiotic drink when I finish and end my presentation. And I will say this: every single person should be on our probiotic. And when people have an issue with some of our products, the first thing I think is, in my mind, based on a lot of this information, is they need help whipping up their gut. They have some gut health issues. And if we can help them to say, okay, hold on, let's get back to basics here, and let's start with our ProBio, and let's have you stop these 5 key triggers, and let's get your gut in order, and then let's slowly put things in. And so that's something that over time that I've learned that I do, and it has worked, and it has helped in order to get people like that have maybe said, oh, I can't take this. It's, I'm having an issue with it, digesting it, or I'm having an issue, any kind of issue. And one thing I will say is regarding our ProBio. Our ProBio, so there's a lot of videos that are out there that are old ProBio, which was the 3 little freeze-dried pills. And really, those videos are still relevant that are out there. There's one, you could just go on to Google and type LifeVantage ProBio, and you will learn a ton of information about why ours is the best. And there's 3 deliverables, and I'll tell you what they are that make ours stand out more than the rest. And what that is we changed from the freeze-dried to this vegetarian capsule. And the reason we did this capsule, but it's a special capsule, it's a delayed release technology. It makes it take 52 minutes for that capsule to dissolve. So the strains are getting into the lower intestines, which is key to delivering the bacteria. and versus a regular capsule dissolves in 7 minutes in the stomach's acid. So we're getting into the areas with our strains that we need to. Okay, in addition, we have 6 key strains, and those strains are the right amount. So they're going to the right place and they're the right amount. It's all about balance, and that's what Life Vantage is all about. And we have studied them clinically. So they know that these are the 6 strains that are a broad variety. They do not need to be refrigerated, which makes it easy to use. And and we use the ones that are valuable versus just guessing. And we spend, let's just say they're more costly because of that, but we don't cut corners with that. And then, so there's 6 billion CFU, and then we have we called it Wellmune, but it's beta glucan. So it's a key component that supports our body's response, immune response. So we're not overstimulating it. So the 3 together, just the technology makes it so that it really does its job. And most people will see results within 2 weeks. Some people see results right away. Some people might take a little longer, but I would say the average is 2 weeks. And yeah, that's about it. So I don't know if anybody had any questions because
I do. Tricia, is Wellmune in the probiotic and as well? I know it's in the prebiotic, but is it in the probiotic also?
Yes. So
Wow, I didn't even know that.
yeah, so that is one of the deliverables that makes ours stand out.
Okay, I didn't
And
know that.
it supports our body's immune response, and that's what it's doing. It's beta glucan. Yeah, you can look all that up. Go to our website and look at those facts because they're phenomenal. I mean,
That's awesome.
people ask me, some people actually get their gut tested, and that's what the inflammation, the fit test was that I showed earlier, and I recommend that to people. But a lot of times they spend money going to doctors, finding out exactly what areas they need specific strains for. And then they spend thousands of dollars going to doctors,
Well,
finding out, testing their gut health,
for
finding
sure.
out what strains they're lacking, getting the deliverable from the doctor, which is very expensive. It's more than ours cost, having to refrigerate it. And I can tell you, in the end, I've had friends who've gone to a few different doctors. In the end, they still don't have any better results, I don't believe. To me,
Yeah.
still come back to me saying, I need this and I need that. And when they try ours, it delivers results. So
Right. I love that QR code right there. I just tested it and it takes you right to Lisa Barnes on YouTube explaining the probiotic. That's awesome.
and that's the latest and greatest video. So that one is the one I would use and not the other ones because again, they are outdated.
Yeah, so screenshot this page right here, you guys, if you want. And then Tricia, you can stop sharing your screen. But we were talking about back the former probiotic. Those of you that have been here a while were 3 little balls, and Sherry was like they would get stuck in her throat, and that's how I was. Oh my God, sometimes I would like throw them up. Crystal says it's the best probiotic she's ever used after a bowel blockage, which caused multiple seizures. Dang, that's crazy. I tell you, I actually did a little experiment 6 months ago. I ran out of my Vitality stack and I had extra NRF2 and NAD and NRF1. So I'm like, I'm just going to use these and not take the probiotic until I run out, and then I'll order more. You guys, I didn't realize how regular that stuff keeps me. Like if I skip it, I don't have bowel movements like I do when I take it. You too?
Me too. I
Yeah.
actually ran out, and I'm not kidding. It was horrifying.
It's crazy. I know. And it's crazy to think. And I have some friends that literally they go poop like once every 3 days. Like to me, like that's crazy. That's just not normal.
That
You
is,
know?
that was me for most of my entire life, except
Really?
coffee was the only thing. And then I don't want to be
Yeah.
addicted to coffee because coffee does good. And, I don't want to have to drink
Yeah.
it every day, but I'm
Crazy.
telling you, this is a game changer. And so I always recommend the prebiotic NRF2 and the probio
Yeah.
to just,
Same. I love it. That was really informative. I love doing some product education like this too. I think it's really valuable. Thank you so much, Tricia. Really appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to end real quick with a story that I wanted everybody to hear. Kristen Bailey, are you out there? She
Hi.
texted me. Hi. She's tan. She's in the sun. She
Oh, God.
texted me last night and screenshot me this text that she got from somebody, and she'll tell the story. But I'm like, holy crap! Like, you have to share that with the team. I just think it's stories like this that remind us why we're doing what we're doing and why we have to stay the course and why we just have to keep going. So, Kristen, you look beautiful.
No, I'm sorry I was a little late. Tricia, that was really, really good. I love that. Such good information. Yeah, so this is kind of like the power of consistency, because I know many of us have been in for over 5 years now, which is insane because I feel like we're just getting started. But it's really important, and especially in the summertime, it's like, we're all with our families, we all have lives, we all have stuff going on. And that's what I'm doing right now. We escaped Roseville and we got out of the heat and we're in Tahoe. And I got this message from a girl, an ER nurse who I know pretty well. And 7 years ago, I met her at P2P. I was her coach. I was her fitness instructor. And I naively thought, she's definitely going to join my team. Like, she's totally, like, she is, just checks all the boxes. Like, she's the best mom. She's a go-getter. She's into health. She's a nurse. I mean, she's beautiful. She's, I mean, all the things, all the boxes. She's fun. She's funny. Basically, I made it up in my head. And you guys, I'm not kidding. The rejection I got from her, and it was not only a rejection, but it was like, really? And I was like, oh no. And mind you, that's why it's also important that, like, we have to stay, loving our people. But I didn't give up, and I never stopped sharing. I even tried adding her to Vitality Rocks like 4 times, and she rejected me every single time. And she actually like went dark on me at one point. Well, I got a message yesterday while we were up here in Tahoe, and she said that she's had several patients, and like specific over the past couple months, but specifically this one patient came in that was suffering from really bad arthritis, and saying that Nerf 2 had helped her and her mom. And this lady's mom is suffering right now really bad with arthritis. And so she said, what can you tell me? What should I start with? And I was blown away. And not only did she accept my invitation to Vitality Rocks, she also ordered the Healthy Glow Stack. And then we started chatting more, and she's like, I'm just so sorry. Like, I totally ghosted you years ago. And she's like, as soon as I sent my mom the screenshot of what you responded to me, she said, I will. Because I said, mind you, you'll have to give her 1 month to every decade old she is. This is not going to be a quick fix, and she should honestly be on this for the rest of her life. So her mom actually said yes, gave her the green light, and now she's going to be taking our products. But my point was to Angie, it's like, this is why we just don't stop sharing these stories. They matter. These are people's lives. And like, it just really like lit my fire, because even with all of the life that's going on right now, we're still able to help people doing what we do. So I just wanted to share.
Absolutely. And I just wonder how, like, she blew you off 5 years ago. Like, how long has her mom been suffering from arthritis? Like, she has to feel like, dang, like, I could have helped my mom, feel better years ago. Like, that's heavy. It really is. And
It's heavy.
It's
She said
heavy.
Vitality Rocks for 2 hours today. We talked today too. And she believe all the information.
So you guys, that right there is the power of third party, right? Kristen told her, she tried to add her to Vitality Rocks, which is our third party validation. Had she accepted her invitation, this all could have been changed, but she didn't. But it wasn't until she heard from somebody else, one of her patients, who had a positive experience but had no financial motivation behind it. That's when it clicked with her. So that's why, if you guys aren't, and I'm an admin in Vitality Rocks, I see who's adding people to Vitality Rocks. And I'm telling you guys, those are the people growing in this business. That's just how it is. We need third-party validation behind what we do. And if you're not adding people every single day with their permission to Vitality Rocks, you're doing your business a huge, huge disservice. I mean, we have almost 10,000 people in there now. That is huge for validating what we do, what we say, and what we're all about. So thank you, Kristen. I just wanted them to hear that. I love it. Consistency is key. You're exactly right. Consistency is key. All right.
Yep.
So with that, Tricia, wonderful training. Thank you so much. I know you had to step up. Senya was actually supposed to do the training, but she had to run to Florida. So Tricia stepped up, brought that training, and it was just perfect. So thank you guys so much. We're right at the 30-minute mark. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy Monday to join us, and we will see you next week. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and stay cool. Bye.
Bye, guys.